Hi everybody, this is Sandra with Teachers of Good Things, and I wanted to share a resource with you that's been very helpful to me. But before I do that, I wanted to show you something. I'm outside at my house here. I live on the Oregon coast, and this is part of a myrtlewood tree. My husband has taken a liking to ornamental trees, and he got a really good deal at a nursery like last fall and the spring before that, and so he's planted a bunch of trees, and this is one of the trees that we wanted to plant. And the reason for that is because myrtle wood is mentioned in the scriptures a lot, and there are only two places in the world where this type of myrtle wood tree grows. One is in Israel, which I think is interesting, and one is here, and not Oregon, but here, like in this county and the county south of here, and that's it. And so it's just kind of a neat thing. So when you're looking at how God created the world, and you look at the flood, and you look at how everything changed after the flood, I like those little pieces of evidence that show that there's no conceivable way other than a flood and God creating the world and Him altering the state of the world through that flood, when everything kind of exploded and went everywhere. And it's hard to prove why there's a myrtle wood tree in Jerusalem and in Oregon and nowhere else. I just find that really interesting. So what I wanted to share with you, though, today was this resource that I have recently stumbled upon. If you are a mother of young men, you've got young men, especially, I would say, 9, 10, and up. And by up, I mean up through college up. So if you're looking for a birthday gift, or if you're looking for something to use as a teaching tool when you're doing morning devotions, I would highly recommend this book. It's called Boyhood and Beyond. It's by a man named Bob Schultz. Mr. Schultz wrote several books for boys. They're all geared towards teaching young men how to be godly men. And they're very different. What I like about them is they're not so obvious. They're speaking more to little character flaws that we can have, and by we, I mean that I bought this book to go over with my boys. But I think I might be the one who is being most changed by the book as I read. And I love how the Lord does that, how, He's commanded us to teach our children, but it's not it's like when you cook a meal. You cook the meal and the whole family sits down to eat. Well, you are trying to teach your children about the Lord, and He feeds you. And it's beautiful. And it's just a wonderful way that He can meet with you in the day and help show you things. Even when you're busy and you don't have much time maybe to sit down yourself, He can still do that for you, and it's wonderful. But what I like about this book is that it, like I said, it speaks to some character issues of the heart that you might not really think about. And I have cried every day I have read this book to my children, because they have been things that have really convicted me, but they've also been awesome to see how good God is that He makes these things. You know how when you're in church and the preacher's preaching on something and he's scolding you, and it feels awful because you're condemned. You know that you're wrong about what you're doing, but at the same time, you're just overjoyed at the love that God shows you, that He's willing to show you that. That's how I have felt this week. So, like yesterday, we did this one. It was on justice, and he was talking about how justice is giving to whomever or whatever it needs or deserves. I've always thought of justice as being sort of a harsh principle, like you think about the criminal justice system. You think about justice as being punishment-oriented. That's not at all what it means, and he took you through the scriptures, and he used some analogies from his personal life to show that out, how that wasn't true. And it really humbled me when I stopped and thought about how often I don't give things what they are due. It doesn't matter if they're owed of me personally, like I have a relationship with this person and I owe them. It doesn't matter. The scriptures say that we are to be just. We are to go about looking to do those things that need to be done, that God wants us to do because other people have this need, and we are to do that. And sisters, I'm telling you, it just convicted me. And what it convicted me about the most was my tongue and my attitude. This morning I'm cleaning my kitchen, and after reading this, and my kitchen looks like we homeschooled all week. That's what it looks like. And I've been in there forever. I'm scrubbing and I'm going to mop and I'm doing all the things and, cleaning out things and all of that. And I'll be completely honest with you. Many times when I'm doing that, I'm thinking about the fact that this person doesn't appreciate me because they left this thing out. These people don't care about me. They don't care that I'm spending my Saturday working, blah, 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 blah. And this whole justice thing, being a just person, just totally threw me for a loop, because now I have to clean the kitchen just because it's what is deserved, and that there is joy in being just. It says that in Proverbs. He takes you over to Proverbs for one little verse there. That there is joy in doing what is just. And there is. I'm cleaning the kitchen with a different attitude. I can feel myself softening. And so I am really thankful that I have found this book. So far I really like it. I've read 4 or 5 things. I don't know how he could not know the Lord and know some of these principles. And the other thing it's done is it has inspired me. I looked into his life a little bit more. It's inspired me to try to be the kind of person who really is a seeker of God and a seeker of wisdom, because he just learned so many truths about the Lord in his very simple day-to-day existence. And so many times we think that we have to have some big social platform to talk about, or we have to really hold to doctrine firmly. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. But so often we sin in our baseline character, in our personal deportment, and we don't even realize it, because, quite frankly, wisdom is a hidden thing from the Lord, and we're not close enough to feel it. We're not close enough to feel it. We have ignored the rebuke of God, and we're going about in our day-to-day things, complaining or whining, or, not caring about somebody's need that they might have, not being the person who looks to meet that need. And so I would really encourage you, if you're looking for a book like that, try this one. He wrote a couple other ones. The one I think is going to be very, very good. I think this would be good for husbands, honestly. It's called Practical Happiness. And it talks about, I love the title, it's talking about how, happiness isn't like a bucket list with a bunch of things that you do in this temporal life. Happiness is found in being obedient to Christ. It is that joy, that deep, satisfying joy that you get from being rightly related to the Lord. And it's just joy in the day-to-day of being a man, of working and providing and guiding and shepherding. But see, it's beautiful. The whole thing was beautiful. So I am looking forward to that book. That book is written probably to an older child, but this is sort of the start. The other one is called Something About Work. If I remember the title, I would tell you. I can't. I can see it in my brain. It's not completing, or it's something work, but it's about joy in work. So if you've got a little boy who likes to sit up on his video game and he starts whining at you every time you ask him to move, then you need to check that book out. So check it out. Tell me what you think. I found mine on Amazon, but then I looked up the ISBN and I went to Thrift Books. And Abe Books is another really good place to buy books. I have a book I need a book intervention. It's bad over here. But yes, check that out. And let me know down below what you have used for your children that you've really enjoyed. Is there some teaching material? I have other ones, and I may talk about those at some time. But I just wanted to share those things with you today. So I hope that you have a blessed day. Today is Saturday. I hope that you all have good services at church tomorrow, and that you personally are blessed with something that the Lord has for you. Love you all. Bye-bye.